I call it America 2.0 over the last 12 months. You know, if there's such a thing as a silver lining to a horrific pandemic, it forced the economy into a new age where there's so much efficiency. Direct-to-consumer sales, as we saw with Nike's numbers, they achieved in 5 months, which they said would take 6 years, to get to near close to 50% of their sales direct to consumers all around the world. And every S&P company is achieving savings in rent. 15% of my staff and my holding companies do not want to come back in the areas of compliance, accounting, logistics. They want to work at home. But the one I'm really giddy excited about, not so great for airlines though, is we're slashing our business travel and entertainment by 20 to 50% across 36 companies. And I know every CEO is doing the same thing. If you want to travel anywhere for business, you have to petition it now. In my companies, 10-page plus an IRR, why I would ever do that, because we don't need to. We have a digital way to solve for that. I love America 2.0, which is why I hate the stimulus package. What a colossal waste of money.
Yeah, well, you're on an island because the American public, Kevin O'Leary, likes the stimulus package. Some 70% surveyed in a Pew Research survey. Not only that, business optimism from the CEOs today, as we referenced, we could put it up again. The responses are off the charts. I mean, there's the stimulus plan optimism. 70% are in favor, 28% oppose it. I mean, it seems the only folks, or the majority of the folks who oppose it, maybe are conservative politicians, and maybe you put yourself in that category.
No. This has nothing to do with which side of the aisle I'm on. Scott, help me. I'm making $74,000 a year. You offer me a free $1,400 check. I'm going to say no? Of course I'm going to say yes, but what a stupid waste of money. Giving people that are already gainfully employed money from a helicopter from the sky is just inflationary, and it's stupid. It's a complete waste of money.
Okay,
I'm not kidding. Why would you do that? Give me one reason why that's a good idea.
I'm going to tell you right now, because of what the American Airlines CEO said. So, you know, you can comment on the other side. He told 13,000 employees, quote, to tear up notices of possible furloughs that they received last month. Why? Once the stimulus bill is signed into law, quote, we can happily say that all of our U.S.-based team members now have job protection through September 30th of 2021. That's why. Kevin O'Leary?
Why would I give money to the airline? Why wouldn't I give money from the government direct to the employees after the airline goes bankrupt? Because 20 to 50% of business travelers are never going back to doing that anymore because it's a waste of money. And those are too many tubes in the air. The airline business is going to be about $89 tickets to Orlando, a crappy business. We have to let them go bankrupt. They're very good at it. I want to take care of the employees, but I do not want to bail out the airlines anymore. We don't need that many tubes in the sky.
That's
a complete waste of money.
Isn't there a cause and effect to both? You save the airline, so you, in effect, save the employees. That's what the CEO of the airline itself is saying. I'm a taxpayer. Why do I have to save this or save that? Why can't the market deal them their outcome? Why can't we let the market be the market? The new America 2.0 doesn't need that many tubes in the sky flying people around that don't need to do it anymore. We go to a zoo. We do it digitally. We're going virtual. It's a waste of money to try and pick winners and losers. This bill is full of pork, trying to pick winners and losers, trying to regain an economy from 2019 2020 that doesn't exist anymore. It's a total waste of money. Look, I'm not the only guy saying this. It's nothing to do with politics. I can't stand inefficiency and waste. It's so dumb to do this. I totally agree. Give money to the unemployed, including those airline employees you talked about, Scott, and also give $1 trillion to getting vaccines in people's arms, but nothing else to anybody else. We don't need it. The economy's on fire. We're going to get 7-8% GDP. We don't need any more stimulus. This is wasteful. You have to believe that the stimulus plan and its passage is part of the reason why you have such optimism from the Business Roundtable. They raised GDP forecast at 3.7%. It's got to be part of it. They raised their GDP forecast. Their plans for hiring are up 30 points from the fourth quarter. Their sales expectations are up double digits from the fourth quarter. They're optimistic for a reason. Help's on the way, no?
No, not at all. We don't need any more help. You know that I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. We don't need that anymore. The economy is coming back in a new digital form. And all of those PPP loans from the first package, 60% were wasted. Anything we're giving to businesses now is a complete waste of money. There's so much liquidity in the global markets that if you deserve to live as a business, you can get funded. We don't have to fund losers and zombie companies and already dead companies anymore. That's what we're doing. Let the market be the market, Scott. This has nothing to do with politics. I'm really unhappy. I read the bill. Do I have to give $300 million to study how animals feel about COVID? I've already spoken to the animals. They're okay with it. They don't need $300 million.
I'm sure that there are things certainly to cherry pick, but we have on our wall right here what's actually in the relief bill. You've got $246 billion for unemployment insurance, $350 billion for state and local governments. You've got obviously the checks going out to reopen schools, $178 billion. Farmers are getting $100 billion. Restaurants, live event venues, they've been so decimated, Kevin O'Leary, throughout this entire crisis. Don't they need money?
No, they don't. I don't know what the behavioral change has been across the market. We don't know yet how many people are going back into office towers, how many are going to go to a rock concert indoors. We don't know how many people are actually going to work away from the office or not. Let the economy actually readjust the new digital reality. And before we actually give money to all these businesses, you know, there's also $1.5 billion to Amtrak in there. I don't want to cherry pick, but when you start adding $1 billion here, $1 billion there, it's real money. They haven't even spent the first $1 billion we gave them. We don't know how many people are going on to subways anymore. They don't even want to go into the city to work anymore. Maybe they're going to stay at home, take care of their elderly parents. Why don't you just let it just settle out and then decide how much money we have to give? We haven't even spent on infrastructure yet, and there's billions in this bill for infrastructure spending. I mean, look, at the end of the day, somebody has to put up their hand and say, why are we doing this when we don't need to? The economy is on fire.